Asparagus Plumosos Fern. Welcome back. You're watching ACIERO. Today I'm back again with the Asparagus Plumosos Fern. So most of you who have been asking me for an update on the Asparagus Plumosos Fern. This Asparagus Plumosos Fern that I grew 2 years ago, that was so huge, it's still huge, and today I'm here to give you that update. If you missed that video I'm talking about, click over here. The video will take you to that Asparagus Plumosos Fern, where I have tips and tricks on how to grow your Asparagus Plumosos to get that huge and big. So first of all, I'm going to give you the update. How is my Asparagus Plumosos Fern? Yeah, as you can see, it's doing great. What I decided to do, I think last year before we went into winter, I decided to separate the fern. I separated in two different pots. So as you can see, one where it's very big and also another one is huge, also going to become big. And right now it looks small because we are just out of the winter, and later on in the summer, because now I'm put it outside, it's going to thrive and become so huge that I'll have to keep on trimming it. So I repotted it, and although I didn't give you a video on how I repotted it because it was a difficult task, I had to use my small hands and a small spade, give it soil and give it fertilizer, and so this is what I've done. Now I have two Asparagus Plumosos ferns at my place. So later on, if they also grow huge, if you leave a comment below, maybe I'll send you one of them. So leave a comment below, like this video, it helps me grow my channel. It also helps me get you more videos that you'd like to watch, because most of you have been leaving comments on that previous video which I linked over here and asking me for an update. Give us an update, we want to know more. But apparently the tips and tricks remain the same, so I'm going to give you the tips and tricks I use, and also some new tips and tricks I use to grow my Asparagus Plumosos Fern to get that big and also great and also green. So for most of you always have a question, why is my Asparagus Plumosos Fern becoming brown? So I covered that topic already, and I'll link a video over here. I think if you click over here, you got that video. It will let you know why and what you can do not to let your Asparagus Plumosos Fern become brown. But there is sometimes where becoming brown is just going into the dormancy period. Like if you get it out around, I think, October, and you put it inside, it starts, shading, it starts becoming brown. Most of the time it's not that it's having a lot of water, or it's not that it's dying. Sometimes it's just that the change of the weather, and it also has to shed its leaves, because those small leaves, the ones you think are leaves, those are its flowers. So like a rose blooms, that's how it blooms. It blooms in the summer with all these green small things, and then in the winter those small things just go back, so then you see that it becomes a little bit smaller, or it sheds a lot, they become brown, because then it's not in bloom, or the blooms are dying off, but it's not dying itself. So what you can do, cut off those old shoots and then wait for new growth and shoots. So what do I do? Yeah, I've told you about watering your Asparagus Plumosos. I don't overwater mine, so don't overwater yours. Make sure it's not sitting in water, and make sure it's also not dry. So make sure it's moist. And the other thing you should understand while watering this plant, make sure that you spray the leaves first, because if your water is only going into the roots, that's a good thing, but also the most important thing is the leaves, the green things, actually the flowers. Those are the flowers. So those are the flowers. You should spray them, because the more water they get, the more they will look good, and the more they will produce more shoots. In my case, I always give it fertilizer when it's going into the winter, so that when it comes back outside in summer or spring, it just thrives. So what I do most of the time, I use milk that's gone bad, yogurt that's gone bad. As you can see here, I'm making sure that I'm putting this yogurt. So because this yogurt has gone bad, has so many microorganisms, and then certain type of fertilizer, and then that's really natural. So you really need something like that to boost its roots, or you just go to the garden center and get those fertilizers. But to me, if you need something you can do from home, I recommend you use that leftover milk that's gone bad from your fridge, and make sure it's not very cold, make sure it's bad and it's light, and then it will really help you with your plant. The other thing you can also do when you have this plant, make sure you put it in a pot where it has enough room for roots. I reported mine because it was so big, and I saw that the container it was in was really getting too small and it wasn't going to grow any bigger, and I wanted my asparagus to continue blooming and continue getting bigger and bigger. So what I did, I removed it from the container it was in and then separated it and made sure that it has more room for at least another year to expand and make more roots and more shoots, and then I'll separate it again. The more room you give it, the more plants you can make and the more it can become bigger. So then you also save money by creating new plants and giving to your friends, and this will help you save money and also make your house or your office look very pleasant, and yeah, I don't know most of you what where you put these plants, but I put my plants everywhere. I put my plants in the foyer, put my plants in studio, I put my plants also in the garden outdoors. So what you can also do if you haven't this plant indoors, make sure that in the summer you take it outside because it needs that fresh energy, it needs that fresh rain, it needs that fresh water from the rain, it needs that freshness that's outside. So put it outside, and if you're in a tropical country, just leave it outside. Oh yeah, if you don't get winters, because here we get harsh winters, so I need to put mine inside, otherwise it may die and I may lose my beautiful asparagus plumosos. If you're new here, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, leave a comment below, like this video and share it with your loved ones. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for the support. Love you loads. Continue watching videos on this channel in 1, 2, 3 and go!